Get to what's happening right now out there as we have some big developments today in the ongoing tensions with North Korea. First up, a senior defense official confirms the Pentagon has delayed an intercontinental ballistic missile test. And new video just released from North Korea showing soldiers training there with military dogs. This video is being broadcast on North Korean state TV. Here's Senator John McCain today.
This is a most serious situation, and have no doubt about it. South Korea would win. We would win if there was an all-out conflict. But the fact is that North Korea could set Seoul on fire, and that obviously would be a catastrophe of enormous proportions. I don't know what kind of game this young man is playing. It's obviously brinksmanship.
Let's go to the White House and NBC's Peter Alexander. Peter, I tell you, a heck of a game if that's what's going on here. What are you hearing?
Yeah, you could definitely hear that urgency in Senator John McCain's voice during the shows this morning. We've repeatedly heard from senior administration officials here at the White House, Alex, that they are taking these threats from North Korea very seriously. In the words of one official, they find them to be extremely concerning. And also today, we are hearing from South Korea just this Sunday that they now fear that North Korea might have some form of a missile launch later this week.
Inside North Korea again this weekend, massive rallies, soldiers lining up as far as the eye can see. A show of force as the defiant North Korean regime threatens war. With Pyongyang closing the border, more South Koreans returned home Saturday. But most foreign diplomats have chosen to stay, despite North Korea's warnings that it can't guarantee their safety in case of a conflict. With at least 2 missiles loaded onto launchers capable of hitting U.S. targets as far away as Guam, the wild card, experts insist, remains Kim Jong-un, the North's untested young leader. So what is the biggest threat? Former U.S. Ambassador Christopher Hill.
You have a lot of North Korean troops right up against South Korean troops, and in the absence of hotlines and various other means of communication, you could have some incident.
White House officials describe the North Korean regime as belligerent and provocative. To diffuse tensions, the Obama administration is increasingly leaning on China, North Korea's closest ally, and its new president. The word from Washington: crack down on Pyongyang or face a larger American presence in that region, where 2 U.S. destroyers are already in place. It's a delicate balance. China has routinely frustrated the U.S. in its dealings with North Korea in the past, but the White House says it's optimistic China's position is evolving. And heading to that region, Secretary of State John Kerry, with stops scheduled in Seoul and Beijing late next week, in hopes of preventing any further crisis.
And another meeting was scheduled to take place, Alex, on April 16th here in Washington. It would have been between the top military leader in South Korea, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs there, and his American counterpart, the chairman of our Joint Chiefs, Martin Dempsey. That has now been postponed due to the top military leader in South Korea insisting that rising tensions means he really needs to stay at home right now.
Okay, Peter Alexander at the White House. Thanks, Peter.